Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and good day everyone. My name is Mohamad Khuzaimi bin Majid from FIN 5462G3. So today I'm going to present about buy Bithaman Ajil.
What is buy Bithaman Ajil? Buy Bithaman Ajil is one of contract in Islamic finance. This contracts also known as deferred payment. The payment will made by installment payment. This is different with the conventional terms where there is interest on it. But in buy Bithaman Ajil, there is no riba but using a profit margin and agree upon price between seller and also the buyer. Pillars and essential elements of buy Bithaman Ajil. Ijab and Kabul. The contract must have a clear offer from the seller and acceptance must be met by the buyers. Number 2 is Taman. Both parties must agree to the price at the time of the contract has been met and remain fixed and cannot be changed throughout the payment period. Number 3 is Takabut. After the contract is completed and ownership and possessions of the assets are transferred, the seller must hand over the assets to the buyer. Number 4 is Rida. Both parties must be willing to do the contract. No coercions happens in term to achieve consensus. Number 5 is Gharar. The contracts must be free from uncertainty. Number 6 is Riba. Activity that is expressly forbidden by Islamic law of charging or paying a fixed predetermined rate of interest on loans or deposits. Here is the modus operandi. The process starts with the customer identifying a house they wish to purchase. The customer selects the desired property from the developer. Once the customer identifies the house, the Islamic bank steps in to facilitate the purchase. The bank will pay the purchase price to the developer. After the bank has acquired the property, the bank sells back the house to the customer at original purchase price plus a profit margin. Then the customer will buy the house from the bank. This sales is structured as deferred payment plan, meaning the customer will pay the bank over an agreed period. Next is the issue in buy Bithaman Ajil, ownership and risk transfer. Customer gets an advantageous right over the property instead of full proprietorship. These fractional possessions make complications with respect to hazard and obligations as the bank is free from dangers, whereas the clients bear more responsibilities. Then, uncertainty in property under constructions because the property that is the subject matter of the contract does not exist at the time of agreement. It raises concerns of uncertainty. Lack of protections for purchaser. In abandoned housing projects, the contract transactions lack safeguards for buyers against potential losses. Consequently, in the event of project abandonment, buyers remain obligated to pay the full sale of price even if the constructions of the house is not completed. Then we have buy al-madum, refers to the sale of a non-existent property such as a property under constructions. According to some scholars, it is permissible if the seller can ensure delivery. Nevertheless, the preferred method is buy istisna, which allows for the creation of goods and commodities through a contract with the options of payment in advance and delivery in the future. Then we have IBRA for early settlement. IBRA is defined as a reductions in payment granted for a customer for prompt settlement or in the case of default. This definition is provided due to valid and specific consideration regarding the appropriate amount of discount to be offered. It is advised that a specific percentage of IBRA should be granted either by means of an official endorsement from the financial institutions or a provision specifying the discount percentage based on the settlement period. Importance of buy Bithaman Ajil. First is compliance with Sharia law. It follows Islamic principles by avoiding interest, which is haram in Islam. Instead of profit is made up through markup on a sale price, but only if there are agreed contracts of both parties in the beginning. Number 2 is accessibility and financial inclusions. Buy Bithaman Ajil works as an alternative financing method for Muslims that seek a product that follows Sharia compliant financial product. Number 3 is risk management. It applies a fixed repayment schedule where there will be a predetermined repayment schedule that will have a win-win situations which is fair to both financier and also the buyer. Number 4 is legal and regulatory framework. Use a standardizations of Islamic financial products which make people easy to understand and regulators to monitor. The contracts are meticulously defined, providing a clear legal protection for both the financier and the buyer. In conclusions, buy Bithaman Ajil is a long-term financing if you want to buy an asset. The modus operandi is very easy, which it can be applied and understand by everyone. Last but not least, I can conclude that if you want to buy a property but want to follow Islamic Sharia compliance, you can use buy Bithaman Ajil.